What's up everybody, welcome back to another episode of Outlawed Motors. The E9 is right now inside the booth, finishing getting blasted. The front of the car was a little bit cheesed, but not as bad as I expected. Obviously you guys saw the holes, the rust points in the top where you could just push your thumb in. Front of the hood, the floor panels obviously are gone, but it's pretty much what we were expecting.
We started with the engine bay just because it's kind of the area we had the most questions about. We didn't really have any major plan of attack other than just trying to figure out where there would potentially be any surprises, and we were kind of worried about the area around the fenders as it looked like it had been repaired before, and to be honest, not too well. So we started digging a little bit. We found a little rust we didn't know about on the front, the trim panel along the front of the hood. We still have to cut the fenders off and have a look under there, but they have definitely been replaced before. You can see where they've been cut along the front and filled. There's not a whole lot of rust. There's some on the rockers, but there was enough we could see on the rockers. We'd kind of already resigned ourselves to replacing those. There's a little bit on the edge of the training tunnel along the floor. I'm hoping the floor pan covers that spot. There's a little bit of rot along the top of the strut towers. It looks to be cosmetic. There looks to be some sort of structural frame underneath. I don't know a ton about these cars. I'm just kind of going on what I see. So we'll have a closer look at that once it's all done and the fenders are cut off, and we'll be able to have a better look underneath and I get a chance to do some reading. No real surprises, which is kind of the opposite of what I was expecting. All in all, it's good so far. It's not a mint car, but it's also not far enough gone that I would say let's start over on another shell. As of right now, unless there's any major structural surprises, we'll continue on, we'll keep on trucking. But outside of that, the walnut shell's working great. No huge spots of filler on the car. It's all pretty well paint and high build, except for where the fenders are welded on. That was quite a bit of filler there, but it was only, a 6-inch spot.
It's gonna be interesting to see what it looks like when it comes out of that booth.
Yeah, look at even that little part, right?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Well, look at there's your layers, right?
Right.
There's yours.
Holy
from
shit.
the factory, anyways.
Right.
The only way I ever know a factory color is from the interior. You
Right.
get to a spot where there's no way they could have repainted it, then
Right.
you know. Right?
This isn't factory though, is it?
Not that many layers. One,
No.
two,
Because,
4.
yeah.
I'd say one repaint, but look at the body lines here. That's been Clicoed out too.
Yeah. It's always fun stuff.
Seen worse, man.
Yeah, no
Definitely
kidding.
seen worse.
So we're near completion on blasting the car. Surprisingly, a lot of the areas that we did blast weren't actually that big of an issue, but this car, as is being described, is kind of Frankensteinish. There's like patches here and here and here, and it's just kind of everywhere is just being patchworks, which is not really surprised considering what we found when we were dismantling it with all the wood screws and all the bullshit like that. But yeah, it's actually not so bad. Obviously gone through a lot, and for a 43-year-old car, it's not in that bad condition. So yeah, so next episode we're gonna get into hopefully cutting off the fenders and get into a little bit more of the bodywork. But that's pretty much it for the sandblasting or the media blasting. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, tell your friends. If you know anybody that owns an E9, make sure you tell them. And thanks again, and see you next week.